Okay, we were doing chapter number 19 in the last class. In the first period today, we were doing chapter 19. So till where have we done?
Why you end the meeting?
It got ended, beta. I don't know why. There was some network issue. So till where had we done in the last class? Till where did we read?
Ma'am, please wait. Ma'am, in the last class we were on prevention of air pollution, second paragraph.
All right. So who was okay? Pratishta, open your camera. Let other students also join, and we are going to begin it in a minute. There are very less students right now.
Yes, ma'am, 6 participants, including you 5.
No, including me 6, excluding me 5. If you include me, then we are 6 in all, right? And if you exclude me, put me out. Excluding is keep something out. So then you are 5. Including me means with me. We are 6.
Ma'am, we will read the chapter 19.
Yes,
Good
beta, we are
afternoon.
going to continue our morning class reading. I have completed the chapter in 4th C. There was another period with 4th C, so they have done the chapter, they have done the exercises also.
And ma'am, the question answers also.
No, not question answers, only the exercises. Okay, let's begin. So we were talking about how to prevent air pollution. There are a few ways in which we can contribute to prevent it. So what are those few ways? Those few ways are carpooling. We can pool our car and go to any place. Like for example, our destination is same. We have to reach a same place. So instead of going, like there are 4-5 people, instead of going or taking 4-5 cars, each one taking his individual car, we can pool or we can go in one car. That is called carpooling. Then what we can do, we can, for short distances, instead of picking up any vehicle that emits out smoke, we can either go on cycles or we can go by our feet. We can go walking to the nearby places. Then apart from this, instead of using petrol and diesel vehicles, we can use CNG cars. Nowadays, every company is trying to come up with their CNG versions. So we should rather shift our focus on buying the CNG cars. Then, after this air pollution, we come on to water pollution. Now, what is water pollution? How it is caused? Let us study here. Okay, Reyansh will read water pollution.
Okay. Water pollution. Water pollution occurs when
Occurs. What do you mean by occurs? What is the occurrence of something? Occurs is to take place. Yes, happening. Yes, something happening or something taking place. Water pollution takes place when, read out.
Water pollution occurs when pollutants are released into water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and seas, directly or indirectly. These pollutants could be chemicals from factories, sewage, waste material from
Fertilizers.
fertilizers, oil spills, or even garbage. Water pollution is harmful for plants, animals, and human beings. Using strong chemicals for cleaning also causes water pollution.
water which collects in and around the houses or on street is known as stagnant
Stagnant.
water.
Stagnant.
Stagnant water. It breeds mosquitoes which cause diseases.
Okay. So when we see water pollution, how is water pollution caused? It is caused by the factories. It is caused by the pollutants that are released in the water bodies. Now, what kind of pollutants are released in the water bodies? What are
Ma'am,
pollutants? I told you in the morning. Anything that causes pollution is a pollutant. Fine. If suppose I burn a few plastic items on the road, so that will cause pollution. That means these are pollutants. Plastic things that I would be burning are pollutants. So here, any kind of pollutant, if released in water, causes water pollution. Now, which are the different types of pollutants that are released in water? Tell me, what different types of pollutants are released into water? It could be sewage, it could be chemicals from factories. There are so many chemicals from factories, waste chemicals that are released into water bodies. Then we have sewage from our own houses, which is released in the water bodies. Then we have waste material from fertilizers, oil spills, and even directly sometimes garbage is thrown into the water bodies. So all these things together or collectively, what does it do? It creates water pollution. Water pollution is harmful for everyone, for plants, for human beings, and animals. Using strong chemicals for cleaning also causes water pollution. Using strong chemicals, we use sometimes strong chemicals are used to clean something. So that also ultimately causes water pollution. Sometimes, children, we see that there is a lot of water accumulated near our houses. Sometimes there are pits on roads. Sometimes there are different kinds of water bodies created. That water, the water that remains there, it does not get any way to flow. Becomes what? It becomes stagnant water. And that
Ma'am, where do
stagnant
I
water breeds what? It breeds mosquitoes.
then where
In
we are
dirty
reading?
water, have you heard your parents or your family talking कि मच्छर पैदा होते हैं? So that is what breeding of mosquito is. Okay, in summers, we use coolers at our homes, isn't it? We've got coolers. In coolers, we need to fill them with with water. The coolers need to be filled with water. Now, when the summers go and the winter approaches, we stop using those coolers. And if we do not clean the water inside the cooler, what we see, it is full of mosquitoes. When you open the shutters of the coolers, what we see, there is a whole lot of mosquitoes inside it if the water remains there for a long time. So that stagnant water, dirty water, stagnant water breeds mosquito, and it ultimately leads to many diseases. It is very harmful for human beings also. Then what are the effects of water pollution? Now, when water gets polluted, let's see how it affects various creatures. It affects plant life, it affects animal life, it affects human life. So how does it affect different creatures? Let's read it. Who is going to read? Swarnim. And children, please put your cameras on. Everybody, put your cameras on. Swarnim, are you there in the class? Or only your name is there?
ma'am, can I read?
Who asked?
Ma'am,
Summer, you already got your turn in the morning or no? Did
no,
you?
ma'am.
Okay, now you read.
Effects of water pollution. Water is a precious resource
without which life on the earth cannot exist. Water pollution harms all living things. Birds such as seagulls and other aquatic animals die because of water pollution. When humans consume fish and other seafood from a contaminated water body, it leads to illness and diseases. Drinking water that is polluted causes waterborne diseases such as dysentery, jaundice, and diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Prevention and
That's all. That's
diarrhea.
all. That's
Yes.
all. So, what is the effect of water pollution? Now, how it affects? See, water is very precious. All the living beings on earth consume water. Can you name any living being that does not consume water? Every living creature requires water to survive. So that is why it is called a precious resource. Then, water pollution.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, what is called seafood?
Seafood is the sea animals like fish, octopus, crabs, and what are the oysters, prawns, all the things that live in sea, in water. People eat them. Not everyone is fond of seafood, but there are people who love all these kinds of creatures. So this is all seafood. The living beings in the sea that are eaten. Then where was I? Okay, so water pollution harms all living beings. Why? Because all living beings consume contaminated water. Now, for example, birds, the creatures living in the air, are also affected by water pollution. If the water is polluted and these birds drink this water, what happens? They get ill. If
They die.
yes, they die. When human beings consume fish and other seafood, if the water is contaminated, it is polluted, and we eat that food, what happens? We get ill, we get different kinds of diseases. If drinking water, now the drinking, if we directly come to the drinking water, we get various kinds of diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, and jaundice. So, with dirty water, we get different kinds of diseases, and all living beings are suffer due to polluted water. Then, how to prevent or control water pollution? There are ways where we can control and prevent water pollution. Let's see how we can do that. Swarnim, read it out. Swarnim, are you there? Okay, Swarnim doesn't want to read. Pratyusha Singh, are you there? Children, why such dull response? What is wrong today? Such a dull class with you all, huh? Why are you not active at all today? You had a very hectic day. I can't see anybody speaking in the class. I can't see anybody responding in the class. Why, Swarnim? What's wrong? Pratyusha, are you not there in the class? Anybody else who wants to read?
Ma'am, I want to read.
Okay, Anjali, read out. Prevention and control of water pollution.
To prevent water pollution, the first and foremost rule is to not throw garbage into water bodies. The government should make laws that industries should treat the waste before releasing it into water bodies. Ma'am, after what is written after water bodies?
Sewage.
Sewage must be
Treated.
treated before it is released into water bodies. We must use environment-friendly cleaning liquids, fertilizers, and pesticides. Ma'am, what is written at the end?
Pesticides.
Pesticides used in agriculture of gardening often seep through the soil into the groundwater, polluting it. Therefore, we should not use too much
Pesticides.
pesticides and chemicals. Bathing or washing clothes also pollutes water bodies. We must not pollute clean water bodies by bathing or washing our clothes in them. We should create awareness about keeping our water body clean.
Okay. So how can we
Ma'am?
prevent? There are, yes.
Ma'am, in the first line, that is to prevent water pollution, the first and foremost rule is not throw the garbage into water bodies. So, ma'am, what is the meaning of foremost?
Okay. The first and foremost. If in Hindi I translate it, it is pehla or sabse zaruri. First stands for pehla, foremost is sabse zaruri. The first and foremost rule is to not throw garbage into water bodies. Okay. If we control this thing, the first and the foremost, then most of our problems can be solved if we do not throw garbage directly into the water bodies. Secondly, the government should make laws that industries should treat the waste before releasing it into the water bodies. Now, what do these industries do? They directly release their waste materials into the water bodies. If the government makes a rule, it makes laws that this garbage first has to be treated, then it has to be thrown or disposed. Then we can control water pollution. Another important thing is the sewage that is directly linked from our houses. It directly goes in the water bodies. That sewage also should be treated first and then it should be released into those water bodies. Then there are some friendly cleaning liquids, environment friendly cleaning liquids. So we should make use of those liquids so that the water can be cleaned in different water bodies. Then one more thing, fertilizers and pesticides used in agriculture or gardening. You must have heard about the fertilizers. Fertilizers do what to our vegetation, to our crops? These are kinds of chemicals which facilitate the growth of crops. Okay, it improves the growth of crops. We use fertilizers in the soil, in the fields, right? And along with these fertilizers, we also use children. What is fertilizer? Fertilizers and manure. I'm sure you must have studied. This is to give good growth to our crops. Then along with it, the crops do not get affected or harmed by little insects, which are called pests. What we do to protect these plants, we sprinkle or we spray pesticides. Pesticides do what? They kill the pests, the little keeda that we have in the fields. What are pests? It is the keeda. Okay? You must have seen vegetables, your parents getting vegetables at home, like spinach and all the green veggies. If there are little holes in that, uh, in those leaves, what is that? That leaf has been eaten by pests. Ask your parents, they are going to show you. So to protect these things from pesticides, to protect these crops and plants from pests, what is done? Pesticides are sprinkled and sprayed. So these pesticides, fertilizers and chemicals get mixed in the soil. This also creates what? Pollution. When this soil goes, this passes by or goes somewhere, it finally ends in water. It comes in water, and that also creates water pollution. We should not use too much pesticides and chemicals. the use should be controlled. Then bathing and washing clothes. If we wash dirty clothes on the banks of the rivers, what happens? All the dirt goes into the rivers and the water is polluted. We all must create awareness about keeping our water bodies clean. Otherwise, what is going to happen? We are only going to consume that water and we are going to fall sick. Next, after water pollution comes soil pollution. Imad, read out soil pollution.
Yes, ma'am. Soil pollution. Soil or land pollution occurs when we do not dispose of waste properly, or throw a lot of chemicals in the form of pesticides and fertilizers into the soil. It leads to the degradation of Earth's surface. Plastic containers, plastic bags, bottles, cans, and glass do not decay and mix with the soil. They pile up in landfills where they are usually dumped.
Okay. So soil pollution occurs or take place when we do not dispose of waste properly or throw a lot of chemicals in the form of pesticides and fertilizers into the soil. See children, if we have to treat the garbage, what we do to make our surroundings clean, we just throw away the garbage from near us. We do not dispose it. We do not think ahead of making our surroundings clean. What we think, we only think about ourselves, that our surroundings should be clean, so let's throw the garbage outside. Now, what is happening to the garbage that is being thrown outside? The garbage is not being properly disposed of. This is not called the disposal of garbage. It is just called the throwing away of garbage. So we should rather focus on disposing of the garbage. How the garbage has to be treated. If suppose you have got peels of fruits and vegetables, it can be thrown somewhere in the soil so that the soil becomes this we are going to read in the next chapter, how every kind of waste should be disposed of. So whenever we throw our garbage, we must take care how the garbage has to be treated before disposing it off. Then
And ma'am, we
yes,
can just use the plastic. Ma'am, we can just use the plastic by recycling it, not throwing it here and there,
yes,
because ma'am, it contains of very much pollution.
yes. When burnt, it creates a lot of pollution into the air. Then, plastic containers, bags, bottles, cans, they do not decay and mix with soil. What we do, we put everything in our dustbin, the peels of vegetables and paper and anything, plastic items, small bottles of cold drinks and everything, polythenes, we keep throwing them into one dustbin. So, it
Ma'am,
should be done. Yes.
Because plastic containers, plastic bags, bottles, cans, and glass are non-biodegradable things.
Yes.
That cannot be just mixed in the soil.
Yes, it does not get mixed with the soil, and they pile up in landfills where they are usually thrown. They keep getting, what is pile up? Pile up means ikattha hona. So this waste material keeps getting piled up in the landfills where they are thrown. Nothing is done to them. So it creates pollution ultimately. Then what are the effects of soil pollution? Now, when there is so much soil pollution, how does it affect us? Let's see. Vivek Kumar will read.
Ma'am, can I read?
Swarnim, I was calling out your name. Why didn't you read then? Vivek, are you reading? Vivek, can you listen to me? No or yes? Something.
Can I read?
Okay. Wait, Divyanshu, did you read in the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Swarnim, you read now.
Effect of soil pollution. If the soil gets polluted, it affects all living creatures living in it, and crop and plants will not be able to survive. Polluted soil can cause respiratory diseases by people and animals who breathe in the dust. Fruits and vegetables grow on polluted soil, cause
Causes
illness,
illnesses.
landfills and garbage dumps blood, rats, and insects that spread diseases. The air around landfills also had bad
Odor.
odor.
It's odor. Now, if the soil gets polluted, it affects everybody. Why? Because everybody is dependent on the soil also. Creatures living in it and crops and plants will not be able to survive. Any people who live on the land and the crops and plants also will not be able to survive if the soil is polluted. Polluted soil can cause respiratory problems. There can be breathing problems if there is soil pollution. Fruits and vegetables that will be grown on polluted soil will definitely cause illness. How can the fruit and vegetable grow in a polluted soil and be fine? Of course, anything that is grown on a polluted land will also be polluted because it will get the same kind of nutrients from that soil. Then, landfills and garbage dumps. Now, we've got so many garbage dumps. There are places in Bareilly also where we see that are full of garbage. All the time you will find garbage over there. So these landfills and garbage dumps, what do we see there? Don't we see dirty pigs? Don't we see dirty rats all over those places? So these landfills are what? They breed rats. Like how dirty water breeds mosquitoes, stagnant water breeds mosquitoes. So here, these dirty areas breed rats all the time. Have you seen on railway station the dirty tracks? All the time they have rats. Similarly, these landfills also have got rats all the time, if you notice. And then whenever we cross any area that is full of garbage, doesn't it smell bad? Don't we get,
So bad.
don't we? Yes. We get a bad smell when we cross these areas. So that is called a bad odor. The air around landfills has got a bad odor. What is odor? Odor is smell. Okay.
Ma'am, in the city I live there, and ma'am, near to my city, one more city, and ma'am, near to it there is a big ground, and ma'am, it is full of plastic garbages.
Yes. So there the smell must be so bad. The pungent kind of smell where it is very difficult even to breathe. What you do, you always put your hand on your nose when you cross these kind of areas. So that air, because of that soil pollution, the air also becomes polluted. The smell is so bad.
Ma'am, that ground is there near to the ma'am, in my colony and my colony is there, and near to it one more colony, near to it that ground is there. So
Yes.
I have to keep mask from my face.
Yes. Who is saying what? Somebody else was also saying something.
Ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Swarnim.
Ma'am, in Delhi there is a garbage mountain.
Yes, where we have. I have.
Ma'am, in
also
Delhi
seen
there
that.
is a garbage mountain.
That is a dumping zone. The dumping zone of all the nearby areas. And if you will cross that area, children, you will see that area is full of vultures and eagles. I have never seen such a place anywhere. See, this place where you have soil pollution, it is written here.
The polluted city.
Yes? What are you saying?
that's why the Delhi was the polluted city.
Yes, it is one of the most polluted cities. When we cross Ghaziabad, from Ghaziabad, when we move towards Delhi or when we enter Ghaziabad, somewhere there only we have this dumping zone. Ask your parents, I'm sure they must know about it.
Ma'am, I have visited so many times for my eye operation. I have seen there is lot of bad smell.
Yes, yes,
Ma'am, we
when we
used
cross
to
that
close
area.
our. Ma'am, we used to scroll up our that car windows.
Yeah, we roll up the car windows when we cross any such areas. Okay. Then after that, we have now how to prevent soil pollution. Still, there are ways to prevent soil pollution. Let's see what are they. Vivek, you don't want to read beta? Vivek Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
you want to read?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, read out prevention of soil pollution.
One way to prevent soil pollution is to start throwing waste properly. We should also reduce the use of products made up of plastic and synthetic materials. We should try to reduce the amount of waste produced by reusing old things. Planting trees is another way to conserve the soil. Roots of grass, small plants, and trees hold the soil.
Hold the soil firmly. Firmly means
Firmly.
strongly. What is firm? Firm means strong.
Stopping it from being washed away by rain or wind, thus preventing soil erosion. We should try to spread awareness about the harmful effects of soil pollution.
So one way to prevent soil pollution is throwing the waste properly. We should know what kind of a waste should be treated before throwing. So there is a proper way, which I am sure none of us do. We all have got only one dustbin or two dustbins in our houses where we accumulate or where we put all kinds of garbage together, whether it is paper, whether it is plastic, or it is peels of any fruits and vegetables. So that has to be made differently. That has to be made separately. This is the first point how we can prevent soil pollution. Then we should reduce the use of products made of plastic. That we all know. That mostly all of us, I think, have shifted to. Instead of using plasticware, we have now started using paper bags instead of them, right? Then we should also try to reuse old things. If we reuse old things, this can also contribute to the prevention of soil pollution. Planting trees. Now, planting more and more trees is another way of uh, preventing soil pollution. Why? Because trees, small plants, their roots hold the soil very tightly, very strongly, and hence the soil gets saved from being eroded. The soil does not slip away with water. Why? Because the roots have tightly or firmly held the soil. Then we should also try to spread awareness about harmful effects of soil pollution. Once we know the harmful effects of soil pollution, we will surely work on these things. Till the point we didn't know, we never used to work on such things. Now that we know how harmful the effects can be, we can surely work on them. Then after that comes noise pollution. Now what is noise pollution? Noise pollution is created by loud sounds. right? Any sound, any kind of noise that gives discomfort to our ears is called noise pollution. I am talking to you, you are talking to me. We are making sounds, but is that creating any kind of pollution? No, it is not creating any kind of pollution. Pollution is created by sound only when it gives discomfort to somebody's ears. A loud sound creates what? Noise pollution. Let's read out. Who will read now? Nobody is ready to read today, huh? I don't know what mode you people are in.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, can I read?
Okay,
Ma'am, I am
Devyanshu,
also
read.
ready.
Devyanshu, hurry up and read. The class will get over at 1:15. Yes,
Ma'am, which one?
noise pollution, beta.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, 1 minute. Yes, ma'am. Noise pollution is caused when the sound product causes.
Produces.
Ma'am, what
When the sound produces,
produces?
when the sound produced causes
Uh, Ma'am, what is written after causes?
discomfort.
Discomfort to our ears. Cars, horns, traffic, airplanes, loudspeaker, household gadgets, and machine are some of the things that cause noise pollution.
So we have various things that cause noise pollution. There are sometimes household gadgets also which give discomfort to our ears. There are car horns, the traffic outside, aeroplanes, loudspeakers. These all contribute to create noise pollution. So children, that's all for today. Now we are going to continue the effects of noise pollution in tomorrow's class. All right. Bye to all of you.
Bye, ma'am.